Okay, ladies and gents from the second YouTube channel, today we have another VOD review, tier 3 Discord sub VOD review. We have our friend Davi, and he is playing Jett on Lotus, and he is currently a silver 3 player. We're gonna say this is a gold VOD review. We're gonna say he's gold 1 because he's very close to his peak, so this is a gold 1 Jett on Lotus. Oh, we have a Wuhu Jin clip here. Let's see what was that about. Hi there. Since last March, I've decided to try hard Valorant in an optimized way and be trying to build myself skills and lasting mechanisms. Bro, this guy is writing a is this a job interview for a job? Like, come on, man. He's very, pronounced. He's like, sophisticated banana man. I'm just going to very quickly describe the progression plan, and I decided to follow after a lot of research by my own. For mechanics, from what I've gathered from studying a lot of sources, mastering dead zoning and strafes is very important. Mastering dead zoning is very important. Like, you should get a feeling of, when you're fully accurate in Valorant. My dude is very articulate. I like it a lot. So, dead zoning is very important. Like, going for these type of peaks and understanding when you're fully accurate with your bullet. Very, very important. Counter strafing is not important in Valorant that much. I mean, you can live a happy life even without mastering counter strafing. It's a pointless mechanic in this game. But dead zoning, yes, very important, and I do agree with you. You should master that. And when it comes to strafing, absolutely. Like, yesterday I was coaching one student that is Platinum 1, and the guy doesn't know to strafe at all. Like, this is how the guy is shooting. Like, he's like, you need to develop a feeling for when you're fully accurate in Valorant. Like, you can practice this mechanic in deathmatch, in a custom server, in the practice range. Maybe you can make your crosshair something like this, with indicators. Like, for example, you add movement error, and you just, do this, maybe 0.05, and then, actually 0.01. And then, crosshair is gonna widen up. When you're moving, it's gonna shrink down when you're fully accurate and you understand completely when you're able to actually shoot the targets. Like, absolutely agree with your statements thus far. Now, and in the end, the aim you need comes from micro adjustments. The aim that you need comes from micro adjustments because crosshair placement is very important. That is actually also true. I like his mindset. Essentially, in Valorant, there is a Trinity Force that you need to master. And that Trinity Force is positioning, movement, and crosshair placement. Like, this Trinity Force is how you want to take the fights in Valorant. Like, this is maybe the first step and the number one most important thing to master in Valorant when it comes to your mechanical skill as a player. Like, every single fight that you take in Valorant should have the perfect positioning, movement, and crosshair placement. And everything else is less important. I mean, everything else is also important, but if you want to improve your mechanics, this is the Trinity Force that you should work on. And definitely, you want to kill enemies with micro corrections. Like, basically, your crosshair should never be too off from the target and from the enemies. Now, because crosshair placement is very important, to warm up every day for the last 4 months, I've done 15 minutes of the playlist Aim Lab VT Mini God Valorant. I tried that playlist, and my opinion is that the playlist can be suitable to a very large group of players in Valorant community. Like, VT Mini God playlist on Aim Lab, I approve it. Everyone is different. Everybody needs a different type of aim training routine and warm-up to practice their mechanical skill. But, there are some general playlists that are good for everybody. Like, it's okay. Like, essentially, any training that you do, as long as it is a meaningful training, and as long as you're practicing something, it's not gonna hurt you. Like, very, very rarely, some training is gonna hurt your mechanical improvement as a player. Like, the only difference is, like, whether or not that training is going to make you improve fast or at a slower pace. That's it. Then I go to the wrench. I think we don't have a wrench in Valorant, but I think he means, like, range. And do the first Wukujin overflick drill. What is this drill about? Let me check it. First Wukujin drill. Let me check this.
Any questions? So you're always gonna over-aim and move, okay? Do that. 30 bucks.
Okay.
Now you're gonna do it again, but you're gonna always under-aim and move that direction, okay? Start. Under-aim and move the same direction now. Darn, I missed one.
Okay. 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 I mean, it's a solid drill to connect your movement with your aim, but I feel you can do something better and more beneficial. Like, but at a gold 1 level, it's okay. It's okay for a gold 1 player. It's okay, but I don't understand the part. I don't understand the part. Why would you?
Okay, well that one was just too close.
Why would you over or under aim? Like, just incorporate movement with your flick. Like you know how I would do this drill? I would do this drill in this way, like where, okay, you open up easy bots and you flick towards the target and don't micro-correct yourself with a mouse, but micro-correct yourself with a movement. Does that make sense? Like, for example, I don't know, why would you over or under aim? Like, what's the point of that? Maybe I'm missing a context here, like the guy gave me a timestamp. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish, like, but if this is the drill, like, let me showcase you. Let me showcase you. So, we start with the easy bots, flick towards the target, and correct yourself with a movement. Flick, movement. Flick, movement. Flick, movement. Flick, movement. Like, I don't know, this is hard for me, man. Like, I don't aim like this, bro. But I understand the topic, but I don't understand, like, why would you under or over, like, whatever. Like, it's okay. Okay, you can do it. Like, you're a gold 1 player, like, you can do this. Fine.
You can start getting real.
I mean, if you like, a gold 1 player shooting the bots in the range, he's already going to under flick and over flick. Like, there is no way that his mechanical skill is good enough to be exactly, always perfectly exactly at the enemy's head. You know? Well, it's okay. You can do this. Just do it in the way that I've just explained to you. Like don't intentionally over flick and under flick. Just flick towards the target and micro-correct yourself with a movement. Don't complicate it. Why are we complicating things? You know? Simple is better. Simple is always better. Now, and there's only training. Okay, there's only training is good. Like, I know that one. I use extracts from Dirk's video to study Jett. I mean, Jett and Omen. Usually, what I recommend to players, if you are studying the pro players, study how they play in ranked solo queue. Like, never study the pro players, how they play in the VCT and esports matches. Because if you study, like, professional games are the perfect example of Valorant. And ranked solo queue is the most imperfect environment, you know, to actually practice everything and to play the game. Like, in ranked solo queue, you need to be a very adaptive player. You need to play Valorant as chess. You need to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. And essentially, like, if you're studying pro players, I would recommend you to study them playing in ranked solo queue. But usually, it is better to study players that are not professionals and that are not playing based on their raw mechanical skill. So essentially, Durkee, he can just, you know, like, the guy can just swing, you know, this A main area of the Lotus like a monkey, and he can get a kill. Like, basically, his mechanics are so good that he doesn't need to rely on utility usage at all. Like, Durkee can just, you know, I don't know, enemies are pushing A main, he activates, they're pushing A main, he activates the dash ability, he does this, bam, get the fuck away. Or he can just peek this even without the dash, bam, 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 bam. You get the point. Like, essentially, I don't know, for ranked solo queue, whenever you're studying the players, it is better to study the players that are playing off from their utility usage, perfect positioning, movement, and players that are not extremely mechanically gifted. Like, for example, the worst player that you can study to improve at Valorant is someone like Tens or Scream. Like, these guys, they don't give a shit, man. Like, the Tens can be in the middle of nowhere here and just play aim labs with enemies. Like, he can literally do that. And a lot of the pro players, they don't give a shit about ranked solo queue, you know? Like, they don't give a crap. Like, they're just doing random stuff that usually doesn't work well in lower elo lobbies. When I say lower elo lobbies, I mean everything below Immortal 1, let's say. Like, I mean, generally speaking, you know, when you separate the lobbies in Valorant, low elo is like between Iron 1 and Ascendant 1. Ascendant 1 to like Immortal 2 is like medium elo, and Immortal 3 plus is like, let's say, high elo. Like, but even Immortal 3 is like, you know, sometimes, God forbid, like what you can see there. I don't know what to think about this. Like, cool. You can pick up some cool tips and tricks from Durkee, but I don't know. Like, he is very, like, for example, EG1, Demon 1. Like, Demon 1 is an insane player. He's an insane Jett player as well. But the guy can just dash anywhere. Like, you know, he probably doesn't have any constructed paths in solo queue that he follows. And he is not really playing off his, I don't know. You get the idea that we have here. Now, however, when I play Jett, I have the impression that I'm lacking impact. I often make the same number of kills as I do deaths. That's, you know, if your kills are impactful, if you're making the numbers advantage for your team, and if you're not dying in some kind of a stupid way, where you can prevent that death, that's fine. You know? Like, for example, number one thing that I teach Jett players is that when you're playing Jett, the worst thing that you can do is dying in this area of the map. Like, basically, there should be almost 0 deaths that you take in this area of the map. It doesn't matter if you're playing an eco round, half by round, force by round, full by round, it doesn't matter. Like, you can push these areas of the maps with different mechanics and different utility that is going to prevent you from dying. Dying in this sector right here is absolutely fine. I mean, you're fighting the enemies, you're opening the site, and as long as you're not dying because of the poor reads, poor utility usage, it's fine. If you're dying only because of your mechanical skill as a player, okay, you know, improve mechanics, like, you get better. Like, but pathings should be perfect, and you know, in this sector, the death should be, you know, here 0 basically. Now, I find it hard to set up entries. I like playing Jett because I like playing Operator. I find that my Operator mechanics are not bad. For a Gold 1 player, you think your ops is not bad. I like the mindset. But I like to become more efficient with Jett with a Vandal. Essentially, you know, like with a Jett, I mean, you can reach Radiant with a Jett by just playing Shorty, Judge, Bucky, Operator, Stinger, and that's it. Like, literally, the beauty of Valorant is that you need to find the playstyle that suits you the best. Like, just look at my YouTube channel. Like, I completed an enormous amount of different challenges with weapons and with agents. Like, I firmly believe that in Valorant, you can reach Radiant with Bucky only. Even though Bucky is shit these days, that is still possible. Like, you don't need to truly master every single weapon, but you need to become a jack of traits, of all traits, like, when it comes to the weaponry. Like, you need to play, like, Stinger, Shorty, master the Bucky, Judge, Bulldog, Operator, Vandal, to some degree. Now, when you're playing Jett, like, I really feel that of course, like, I mean, you should be good with Vandal. You should not be a poo-poo caca. Like, obviously, you need to buy Vandal as one of your main weapons, but you should not be too focused on this specific topic. For my mechanics, I wonder if I have some lack of reaction. Okay, I'm not sure when I have to shoot 2 bullets into dead zoning straight versus... I wonder if I have lack of reaction time. Probably you do have it. I mean, you're a gold 1 player. I'm not sure when I have to shoot 2 bullets into dead zoning, strafing, versus bursting. Which I see Dirk attends Kaidi. I love how he put Kaidi here, like, do more than me. I'm afraid to burst because it's like I'm stopped for the 3 to 4 bullets, and I'm vulnerable to compare when I dead zone for 1 or 2 bullets. I'm strafing either. I really like to aim for the diamond level before the end of the year. Thanks for the video review and your work. I'm not sure when I have to shoot 2 bullets versus bursting. Let me. So we're dead zoning. Well, we'll see in the match. We'll see in the match. Like, what the hell you're doing? Okay. Let's see his tracker. Silver 3 right now. My dude is playing a lot of the matches. Oh, El France Republic of French Republic. Great. Okay. How many games do you play per day, man? Like this is a lot. Holy lolly, Baderoni. My dude is on the grind. Love it. Love the consistency. Okay, this is a solid amount of matches. We have a break days here and there. That's good. Okay. ADR, KD, headshot. I mean, definitely these statistics in a gold elo, when you're like playing with Jett, can be slightly better. You know, like, but for a Jett player, these statistics are okay. I've seen some gold and silver players that have terrible statistics on tracker. Like, this is fine. You know, this is not good. It's not bad. It's just fine. It's okay. I see that you're also playing Omen a bit. I like that you're doing a combination of Jett and Omen. I generally, you know, recommend to the players that are below, like Immortal 1, mastering Omen will maybe not benefit you greatly in terms of ranking up fast, but it's going to benefit you greatly in developing yourself as a player. Because with Omen, you really need to think 2 steps ahead. You're developing your map awareness and your overall game awareness without even practicing anything. And if you master Omen, every other agent is like a piece of cake for you. So yeah, definitely keep playing Jett and Omen as your main characters. Your statistics with them are okay for a gold player. Definitely they can be better. I mean, if you want to carry these lobbies and if you want to get to diamond as soon as possible. And when it comes to the agents that you're playing, ooh, with Raze you have a very good score as well. Okay, what do you play on the maps? Haven, Omen, and Jett. Okay, keep Omen and Jett on Haven. Pearl, Jett, Raze, and Fade. To be honest, like, in these lobbies, if I was you, I would just play Jett on Pearl. I would literally install the Jett and that's it. Raze on Pearl is a bit underwhelming. Like, Raze on Pearl her utility is not good enough on both attack and defense to push the bomb size, to cover the angles. Like, on my unranked to Immortal series with Raze, the most amount of problems I had on Pearl. Because her utility is just... Why would you play Raze, you know, on Pearl when you have Jett? And when you're already mastering Jett as an agent. On Fracture, for example, you know, you can do a mixture of Jett and Raze. Like, Raze is far better pick on Fracture than Jett, for an example. So you can do Jett and Raze depending how you feel that day. On Lotus, Jett and Omen, for example, on Lotus as well, Raze is maybe the best duelist on Lotus. Like, Raze is literally on Lotus a machine. I think I had like a 90% win rate on Lotus with Raze, like in my unranked to Immortal series. Now, on Split, theoretically Raze is better, but up to Immortal 3, I would just spam Jett and Omen. So I would continue playing Jett and Omen there. On Raze, Jett and Omen. Pardon me, on Bind, Jett, and Omen. Like, I don't know how the hell you have such a low win rate on Bind with Omen, man. Like, Bind is the best map for the Omen. And on Bind, like, with Omen, you're a duelist, you're a controller, you're an initiator, you're a god, basically. Like, well, what the hell you're doing on Bind with Omen? Ascent, Jett, and Omen. Ascent is very poor for you. Holy shit, what's happening on Ascent with you? Okay, the only thing that I would do differently here, when it comes to your agent picks, is that on Pearl, I would completely remove the Raze, and I would just play Jett, insta-lock Jett, fuck it. On Fracture, you can do a mixture of Jett and Raze. On Lotus, you can do a mixture of Jett and Raze and Omen. On Split, you can do a mixture of Jett, Raze, and Omen, depending how you feel that day. And on Bind, like, you need to do something better with Omen. Like, unfortunately, I don't know what you're doing with Omen on Bind, like, but Omen on Bind, like, the amount of executes, the amount of plays, like, just get my playbook here. Like, right now, you subscribed to my Discord server. Open the playbook. I've completely covered in the agent's guides the Omen on Bind, and just do the strategies and tactics from that playbook. Like in gold, silver, and platinum lobbies, these strats will work 100% if you pick a right moment of time to perform them, of course. Like, by the way, guys, on my Discord server, you can access the agent playbook if you're a Twitch sub or Discord sub. Now, I don't know what's happening there. Let's see his weaponry. How the fuck is Marshall? Your third most used weapon is Marshall, and you're playing Jett and Omen? How? Listen, man. Okay. Your Vandal statistics are okay for a gold player. You know, like, not bad, not good, solid. Operator, very good that you're picking up the op. It is very important to master the operator. Even if you're, like, playing a Sage, Killjoy, like, in these lobbies, you can take such an easy kills with the op and make the numbers advantage for your team. Up here, there needs to be Shorty, Stinger, Judge, Bulldog, Sheriff. Like, how is Marshall third, bro? Are you buying Marshall every single round? Like, what's happening there? You know? And how is the Ghost your most used class? You're like, basically with Jett, buying the Ghost is almost always stupid. Like, the only map where I would buy the Ghost is maybe Pearl on the attack if I'm pushing B-site, and Breeze on both attack and defense. But buying, you know, like, with Jett, your job in the first round is to close the gap with the enemies and to push into the site. 90% of times in the first round, you should be fighting at close range gunfights and finding a pathing to close the gap with the enemies. Classic Shorty. Like Shorty is non-existent as well. And also, like, when it comes to Spectre and Stinger, Spectre is absolutely shit weapon compared to Stinger. Master the Stinger, it is going to greatly benefit you in a longer run. Especially if you want to main Jett, Stinger can help you a lot to save the money for the op in the 4th and 5th rounds of the match. Like, Spectre doesn't have any benefits over the Stinger as a weapon. Like, it was greatly nerfed, the run and gun potential, and just, you know, it's stupid. I mean, I would never use it, to be honest. And your like, probably, your eco rounds are shit because you're using Marshall way too many times. Like, you can find much easier way to get the kills with Jett in eco rounds than playing a Marshall. Sometimes even buying a Sheriff is better than buying a stupid Marshall. You know, Marshall I would only buy maybe in a second round on some maps, like, if I win the first round. Like, I would never prioritize Marshall as an eco weapon. Especially not in low elo lobbies such as gold. Buy the Shorty. Shorty light shield, like get the kill, get the weapon. Like, it's so easy to outmaneuver the enemies with the Jett. Sheriff is better, like, 90% of times than Marshall. in eco and hull by rounds. Okay, let's see what you do. I'm really curious because you gave us a lot of information here. We even have a face cam on the bottom. Oh, we have also the moon. Ooh, my dude is also streaming. Is this kick stream? What's going on, man? Okay, let's go. What do you think of Never as player? I played with him a few times. He's a good player, like, you know, good player. I have nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. Okay, Lotus attack first round. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So, on every single map, in the first 3 to 4 rounds, you need to have a solid set of strategies that you want to follow for the ranked solo queue environment. You need to understand the map designs and how solo queue actually works. Now, in the first round of Lotus, on the attacker side, it is better to push the C site than anything else. Multiple reasons for that. Number one reason, the least amount of agents in the first round are gonna play C site. Usually in solo queue, you will see that. Yo, Kyoning Penelope, thank you all for the sub, and thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos. Now, usually in solo queue, 3 to 4 players will be playing this area of the map, and the C site is only gonna be defended by one sentinel that you can easily outmaneuver as a Jett main player. Second reason, when you're pushing C site in the first round as 5, there is the least amount of mistakes that your stupid teammates in gold and silver can actually make. Like, they cannot make that many mistakes, you know? Like, they just need to give you a smoke here, a smoke here, maybe a flash and a stun. That's it. C site is yours. Generally speaking, when I play Lotus, what you will notice in my gameplay is that I love to push the C site 3 times in a row, creating the unpredictable pattern of pushing and applying enormous amount of mental pressure onto the enemies on C. C site, you can push in eco rounds, hull by rounds, first round, bonus rounds. And essentially, the first 3 rounds just abuse the C. So, if I'm playing Jett in the first round of Lotus, classic, light shield, 2 smokes. Or, if enemies have the Cypher, smoke and updrift. My only job is to jump spot the enemies here before my teammates pick them, move into this corridor with my allies, clearing the mound, clearing the box there. I'm ready for the execute. I don't want to pick a fights here. I want to pick the fights on the site. If enemies have the Cypher, I'll be using the smoke and dash to get at the back of the site, taking the backside control, using the smoke to cover my anal cavity from the rest of the site, clearing this area of the map for my teammates, and taking the frontside control with my allies. If enemies don't have the Cypher, nor Killjoy, just use the smoke here, dash there, take the backside control, that's it. And make sure that your crosshair placement is ready for all of these angles. Now, it is absolutely stupid, especially in the lower elo lobbies, to prioritize pushing B and A in the first round. Absolutely stupid. Like, the amount of mistakes that your teammates can make, especially on the A side push, is enormous. Timings, luck, improper utility usage. You don't know with who the fuck you're playing. It is better to push C. Let's see what you do.
Ça me remotive, genre cérébralement. Carnet de fraise.
Okay, we're pushing A side. Like, you know, like, enemies have the Breach, Brimstone, Raze, and Reyna. Breach stuns this, Reyna uses the nade, they take the full aiming control. Then, enemies can take control of this, and now there's an enormous amount of ways how you and your team can die. I don't like this push in the first round. This idea of pushing A side in the first round. Of course, if I'm pushing A side with Jett in the first round, I will be buying a ghost with a smoke. But I don't want to push A in the first round because it doesn't make any sense. What now? What now? Our push got stopped. Our teammates can die from some random shit. What now? What do we do now? We are risking the outcome of this round. Rule number 1 in Valorant when it comes to the first round. First round on attackers side. It should never be some kind of defaulting, playing passive, playing slow, over-rotating, etc, etc. First round, 5-man aggressive push towards one specific objective where enemies have the lowest chances of delaying or stopping your push. Avoiding sentinels if possible. Now, how the fuck can you avoid the sentinels if you don't know where the sentinels are playing? Map and game knowledge. You know, like if you're playing, I don't know, if you're playing Ascent and enemies have the Cypher, Cypher is probably going to play B set in the first round. Even if he plays A in the first round, it is very easy to outmaneuver the Cypher utility and to push the A set with Jett. I mean, just by the classic pistol, light shield, 2 smokes, and updraft. Updraft dash onto this position, kill the Cypher, that's it. Allow your teammates to push in. Now, we have a problem here. Like, you know, now enemies can flank us, they can take the space in the B main area of the map. Now Killjoy can die from the B main peak. Enemies could have pushed C as well. Enemies have the full A main control. Now they can just leave one guy defending A main, and 4 players can play B side and C side. A lot of the problems develop for us here. Plus, one thing that I completely overlooked in this VOD review, enemies don't even have a sentinel. They have only Sage. So if the Sage walls you in the first round on C of Lotus, so what? Destroy the wall, push, fuck up that Sage! You know? But majority of the times, what Sage will do in the first round, she's gonna wall the, you know, B main area of the map.
Okay, wait the wall. Yes, okay.
Okay. This is exactly the problem of the first rounds in solo queue. Like, you need to have a great map knowledge, game knowledge, and you need to understand the statistical data of Valorant. I know it sounds complicated, but it's not complicated, and I know it sounds stupid, but it is not stupid. Like, statistically speaking, with this type of a team composition, enemies are not gonna fight for the C long in the first round. Sage is probably not gonna wall the C side. Use your brain. Like, when I started my first rounds are completely based on enemy's team composition and the map design. That's it. You need to observe this.
Let's go see maybe.
Also, I don't know, like, you know that the Sage is on top of the wall, and you're aiming at the wall. Like, Sage is still on the wall. Like, your crosshair should be up here, not in the wall, bro.
Let's go see maybe. We have time.
Okay.
Can you heal, Sage?
Can we acknowledge that this person that you're reviewing is walking with Q? Really? He's walking with Q? No. This is this guy is from French Republic. He's using a Q I don't know, that keyboard, like that other layer. Maybe that's why we see the Q here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid. I'm stupid actually. Is he really walking on Q? A is... Yeah, Azerty keyboard. Yeah, Azerty. Are you walking on Q, man? Davi?
You can play C if you want.
No, he's walking on tab. I don't know, maybe French keyboard layout, whatever. Like, let's disregard that. That's not the problem here. Okay. Pushing in. Ooh, already tons of problems. Listen, first of all, whenever you're walking, you're pushing an unknown territory where the enemies could have taken the space already, please clear every single possible angle where the enemies might be at that moment of time. Like if I'm pushing here, after my push on A and B didn't work, if we are not shifting, I'm jump spotting this angle, revealing the enemies behind the mound, and there. I'm clearing this angle, moving forward, clearing the mound. Jump spotting the enemies here, clearing that position, moving into the site. Like enemies could have taken some very weird off angles here to kill you before you did an execute. And also, when you did that execute, you just did this. One of the main powers of the Jett dash ability is the recon tool. Like you literally need to flick in the middle of your dash. Like flicking in the middle of your dash is very important to get the information for yourself, for your teammates, and to take easier kills. Like if I'm executing this, I'm doing this. Aha, I see the enemies are there. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. And then I'm focused onto the enemies on site.
On site?
Okay, let's see how.
On site?
Okay, another important tip. When you're exiting the Jett smokes, try to exit in a pattern and in a pathing where you're not fully overexposed from enormous amount of different angles. So for example, if you do this type of an execute, you do this, and you want to get out of this smoke, I'm not getting out with this type of a movement and like this. You need to get out like this. You need to get out in a circular way where you can actually clear every single possible position and angle where the enemies can be at that moment of time. If you exit the smoke like this, enemy can be there, here, here, here. They can be using your smoke as a cover to fuck you up. Like, always try to exit the Jett smokes in a way where you can clear the angles one at a time. Okay. In a post plant, the number one rule that you should follow is essentially like always follow your teammate that has the highest chances of dying at that moment of time and play with that teammate. If that teammate is not that important for you and you have another objective to defend or to play, you know, just a regular post plate, you know, you don't need to follow your teammates always. But in this setup, where your Killjoy and Sage are on the site, playing on the refresh potential, and you see that your Brimstone is picking a fight in the C-Long, your Brimstone is your highest priority. Like in the post plants, you need to have a mindset where, like, you plan the spike, then you ask yourself, what is my objective right now? Do I need to take some space? Do I need to watch the flank? Do I need to do this, do that? If you have 0 objectives, follow your most aggressive teammates, or teammates that have the highest chances of dying, or teammates that are not playing on the refresh potential. Like in this example, you don't have any objectives. Like you're not gonna push alone in the CT. You're not gonna push a waterfall because that is walled. This is your objective, essentially. Like right here, I would just follow the Brimstone Sass, because if he dies, we are in a 3 versus 5 scenario. You know, why the fuck did I lose 1 life for nothing? Thanks God, he got a kill. Okay. Solid, solid, solid.
Je suis vraiment super low.
Your overall map awareness and game awareness is already a bit troublesome for me, man. Like, I have no idea how like, you know, the reason why I play this position here. So right now we have 10 HP. We are hiding to play from on the contact between the enemies and our teammates. You're not hiding because you're scared. You're not hiding because you don't want to fight the enemies. You're hiding because you're low HP and you don't want to give the Reyna a free kill so she can overheal. Like here, your full focus is just playing on the contact from your allies. If the Reyna is already here, behind the box, fighting the Brimstone, peek and she's fighting the Brimstone. Brimstone is the distraction, take an easy kill.
Je suis vraiment super low.
Ooh, that jump was really unnecessary. Like I don't know, man. Like here, there's nothing I can tell you, except like, you know, there was no reason to jump here. You see her, like, you know, like this last part, like there's nothing I can tell you, literally. Like you fucked it up completely. Okay, let's go next round. Overall, the main mistake of this round is lack of map knowledge and game knowledge. Like, if you just push this 5 towards the C site in this first round, where the enemies don't have a sentinels, and enemies don't have any abilities to stop your push on C, push the C site. Like, even gold players are gonna listen to you, trust me. Like, majority of gold and platinum players and silver players, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Usually they're waiting for some kind of a call, and they're gonna listen to that call 80% of times. You don't need to tell them some, you know, extremely high level elo strategies, you know, like, give me the smoke here, give me this, that. Like, just tell them, hey guys, let's push CS5. You know? In this round as well, I would push C also. Like, right now, C site is much easier to be pushed than any other bomb site. Sage is walling B, enemies are pressuring you on A, C site is wide open. In this round, what I would do, I would just buy a shorty, light shield, smoke and updrift. I'm jump spotting the enemies here. Bam. Pushing towards this position, clearing this, entering the site with my smoke and updraft. That's it. Or killing the enemy that is here. Easy kill. Like simple as that. If my teammates have the problem of killing that guy there, no problem. Smoking this, activating the dash, updraft dash, take a kill. Like, in these eco and Halby rounds, you should not value your life that much. And with Jett and with a shorty, you can easily take the kills and just take the gun from the enemies and open the site. Like, shorty is something that you need to master using on both attackers and defender side, especially for these eco and Halby rounds. Like, it is so easy to fuck up the enemy's crosshair placement, to distract them, to take... Like, if this works in Radiant, I mean, gold players, they don't have a capabilities or mechanical skill to actually kill you like this. Shorty, light shield, but no, you know, in these eco rounds, buy something. Like, if you don't want to buy a shorty, light shield, smoke and updraft, buy sheriff at least. Like, we have money, we have economy for this. I love how your teammates are persistent to push the A side. We're playing an eco Halby round on Lotus on the attacker side, and we are pushing A in a long range duels. What? Okay. And enemies are even bigger imbeciles than your team is actually right now. Like another rule in Valorant. Enemies are eco or Halby on attacker's side. Never push them. never play aggressive. Play the most boring Valorant ever. Don't showcase them your best strategies and tactics. Abuse the gun advantage and overall economy advantage. Try to win the round with the least amount of teammates dead. Done. Like this is what enemies did, like the most stupid thing you can do in this type of a round. This dash was good to pick up the gun. The dash was fine. The dash was fine. Here. So, this is exactly the problem of the low elo players in Valorant. Like, we have 70 HP and we have a Bulldog. Now, we know that Reyna is here, you know, stuck in this corner, right here. But we don't know exactly her position, and we are very low HP, and if we give the kill to the Reyna, she can just dismiss and get away into the site. Here, what I will be doing, I will be jump spotting the Reyna to throw off her crosshair placement and throw off her aim completely, waiting for my teammates to pick a fight right here, and then on the contact of my teammates, with a perfect crosshair placement, doing a two-step mechanic, taking a kill. I don't need to peek first. I don't need to if my teammates don't want to fight, then once again, I would jump spot the Reyna. She's stuck in that corner. Place my crosshair exactly on her head. Easy kill. In this gunfight with a Bulldog, you want to ADS. Especially if you're low HP. Like, with Bulldog, generally speaking, if you're above 20 meters, you want to use the ADS. It's easier to get the kills. That's the whole power of Bulldog as a weapon. So here, done. Like, a lot of the Jett players are very focused on the mindset where you need to consistently pick up the fights, you need to consistently take the kills. No! You don't need to fight this Reyna alone. Your teammates don't have armors. We're playing an eco round. Use their lives to fight together. Like, you don't need to open up everything alone. If your teammates don't want to peek, then you peek. But first, wait to see if your teammates are going to do something, if they're going to pick some contact, you know, like, you need to play more of the contact of your allies. Like, I feel that you're very focused on your personal gameplay, and you're not that focused on the gameplay of your teammates. And in these lobbies, you need to learn how to use the life of your teammates to fight together. And to preserve the stupid deaths, and to have higher chances of controlling the outcomes of these rounds. Like, look at this. This guy is going for a half fight. This guy is running. Use her.
Oh, je suis rien du tout. Oui, j'ai trop bien
And the Reyna did exactly what I predicted.
joué.
People are afraid to do this, as some people would consider it baiting. So what? Valorant is the game that is being played on the numbers. Valorant is the game that is being played on trading potential, refrag potential, and if you want to control the outcome of your rounds, you need to stay alive. Like, let's say I'm smurfing in gold. Do you think I would trust my teammates in a post plant? Ever. Like, every single execute that I do, even in Radiant lobbies, is constructed in a way that allows me to potentially get a kill, reveal the enemies, put the pressure onto the enemies, and stay alive. Like, I don't do random executes with Jett. Like, just enter the site and pray to God that I'm gonna take a kill. Or that my teammates are gonna be capable of closing out that round. You want to stay alive in the last 3 players. Even if you're playing Jett, Omen, Raze, Viper, I don't give a shit what you're playing. You should not be baiting your teammates in terms of, you know, letting them peek something and then not refragging them. But in terms of, you don't need to be the first contact all the time. Especially here, like where you are 70 HP. You know, it's stupid to go for the swing. Okay, finally we're pushing C. Let's see this. We have a full buy. Okay, this will get better over time. Good idea. Good idea. I mean, if you're playing Jett, it's totally fine to use one of your updrafts to reveal the enemies at the back of the mound and just do this. Absolutely fine. But you know, the problem here is you hit your head right there, and that fucked you up. Like, move yourself a bit from the wall, updraft, bam. That's it. You reveal the enemies. You see, this is another thing that I will not do with Jett. Like, I will not be peeking this angle at all. Like, your mindset with Jett. Mindset with Jett. Mindset with Jett. Avoid as many gunfights as possible in main areas of the map. Areas of the map. Dying without using your dash ability is always a stupid death. Prepare, focus on executes and allowing your teammates to push choke points. Done. Like, if I'm pushing the C side with Jett, I'm doing this to reveal the enemies, taking my gun out, pushing forward, pushing here, clearing that position, jump spotting the enemies, I'm ready for the push. I don't want to fight the enemies there, I don't want to fight the enemies there, from this position. I don't want to die from some stupid operator, from some random bullet in the head, and then my teammates won't have the balls nor utility to actually maybe push into the site. Because I'm dead as a Jett player. Like, here, get ready for the execute, reveal the enemies like this, activate the dash ability, bam, 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 take the site. I mean, when your teammates want to push in, actually. Crosshair placement is also terrible. Like, definitely, what I would recommend you is spending around 10 or 15 minutes per day in deathmatch or custom server, only focusing on your crosshair placement. Like, a lot of times, what you do with your crosshair placement is you space out. Like, your crosshair should always be placed at some kind of a position from which you can die. It should not be in the walls, in the ground, in the anywhere. Like, here, your crosshair is there. That is the angle from which enemies can peek you. And then, when you're ready for an execute, that's when you're pushing in. Bro, what the fuck is this flash, man? Yo, man, you trust these people with closing out the rounds? Come on, man. Same mistake that you made in the previous round as well, man. Like, first of all, in these lobbies, usually I'll try to push in first, execute the bomb sites before my teammates execute the sites. Because only God knows if they're gonna clear all of the angles, if they're gonna be aware of all of the positions, and how good they are. Like, I would not allow my Reyna to push in first before I do the push. And second of all, you know, when you're doing the execute with the Jett, like, don't aim in the ground where you want to do the execute. So I'm clearing this. Aha, enemies are not there. Bam. That's it. And now, if I see the enemies here, ba-ba-ba. 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 Smoke is giving me the cover. Smoke disappears. Let's take the side control. Jiggle peek. Jiggle peek. Let's move in. Or, you know, if I didn't see any enemies there, I can just do this. Isolate all of the angles one by one. Jiggle peek. Jiggle peek. Take a kill. Are these smokes the smokes from our brimstone? Enemies are playing a bonus round with stingers, shorties, classic pistols, stingers, specters, I don't know, like bonus round. These are the smokes that our brimstone has given us. Okay, if you see these type of smokes, just tell your brimstone, brother, Brimmy, you know, smart ping here, smart ping here. Done. The only time when you should be doing some smokes like this and like this is if you're playing an eco round and you're pushing the C site. Not even then. Not even then, maybe. But you know, these smokes can work in an eco or halberd round. You know, we have only a classic pistol short. It's fine. You know, we can outmaneuver the enemies, close the gap, maybe plant the spike safely there, and that's it. But in a full buy round, where the enemies are bonus, bro, right now, God help us. And your Brimstone is working with the enemies, man. Like, he's a double agent.
Hauteur.
Listen, when your teammates give you this type of stupid smokes, like, you need to cover the smokes when your teammates are planting the spike. I will not push this at all, but if I have these type of smokes and I'm playing at the backside here, I need to cover this smoke while my teammate is planting the spike. Right now, I will be playing somewhere right here and just watching the enemies from this off angle and trying to kill them if they peek from the smoke. Like, this is... you see, like I will be protecting this killjoy from that off angle and try to basically, you know, make sure that she stays alive. But in this round, these Brimstone smokes, like, Brimstone is just imposter, man. Like, what the hell, man? Yeah, good. Okay, no need to panic. No need to panic. Play together. We know that one enemy is behind the site. Yeah, one guy is there. Crosshair placement is terrible. Crosshair needs to be up here. Oh, we cannot do this. Ooh, lolly, baby. Listen, I mean, when you're going up here, you're fully visible from the waterfall. If you don't have a smoke there, you know, we have a smoke for this. I mean, the enemy Brimstone gave us this. Like, what the fuck is with these smokes, bro? Enemy Brimstone just did a smoke in the CT. Are we living in a parallel universe? This is gold. I mean, of course, but, what? You're watching VCT and esports players, bro. Come on. Very good. Very good fight there. Very good fight at the end. Not bad. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Bro. This is the thing that you need to correct in solo queue. Like, this is the thing that you need to correct in solo queue. Like, you cannot coach your teammates. You cannot tell them, you know, like, do this, do that. But you can tell your Brimstone brother from another mother. Like, smoke this and this. Done. He cannot fuck it up. He's playing Brimstone. Okay. Enemies have a solid economy. I mean, they can still buy. Push on C was fine, except your Brimstone gave you a terrible smokes. Like, what do we do in this round? We know that Sage is walling B. We know that enemies are making pressure on A. What is the solution? Guess what? Let's push C-set again.
Ah, je lui ai drop une Odin? J'ai même pas vu. Oh merde.
Sorry, man. Like, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to you know, like, insult you. No, but we are pushing B-side now. But there is a Sage wall. There is a Sage with a slow orbs. Your push is gonna get stopped. No need to push this. Oh, very good that we are observing the cross. Like, very good. Cross replacement for this could have been better. But I really like that you're observing that Sage can be on top of the wall, because she played on top of the wall in the first round. Very, very good. Nasty motherfucker. Good. The only extra tip that I need to give you is that be aware of the cheeky and cheesy type of plays. Like, you know, I mean, I highly doubt that a gold Sage player is gonna do this. But, you know, in Radiant lobbies, like, what people love to do is, like, you know, they're gonna come all the way here, do this wall, and play here. And then maybe try to surprise you and kill you, you know, from this angle. Like, if I see this wall here, I'm gonna clear it like this, but I'm gonna definitely clear the box fast. Like, whenever you're trespassing through the B main area of the map, you need to clear the site and angles, quickly clear the box, and then focus on the site. Hey CHARLATAN, sorry for bothering you. My keyboard broke down and I want to buy a new one. I don't know if you tried the Wooting 60HE. I don't know anything about the Wooting 60HE. Listen, this is the best keyboard I ever bought in my life. You won't regret it. Like, this keyboard is... I don't know, man. This keyboard is strafing instead of you. At least for me, this is the tier 1 keyboard you can buy right now. I highly recommend you. A seal of approval, man.
30 seconds left.
One thing that I don't like is that you're baiting your teammates a bit when you're pushing into the sites. Like, once again, you don't have this type of a mindset right here. Actually, right here. Like, if I already killed the Sage on the B site, here, we destroy the wall. My teammates are pushing in. That's it. I'm smoking this, dashing there, and from this position taking the side control and clearing all of the angles where the enemies can be at that moment of time. Like, you cannot allow these teammates to push in before you without using your dash ability as a recon tool to reveal the enemy somewhere. Like, basically this Reyna and Brimstone right now, they're gonna, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Here, dash, smoke, go in. But why are you destroying the wall? Go on to the side, they can die, bro. The spike is still not planted. Come on. Ooh, don't die. No, one die. One death. Second death. You're still not on the side. Your teammates are fighting. Help them out. Help them out. Reyna is alone. Killjoy is baiting as well. Killjoy has a classic pistol somehow. What the fuck? Oh, no. Okay. All of this happened. No problem. Now, let's wait for the smoke to drop down and then fight the enemies. We cannot peek right now from this smoke because enemies can have some kind of a crossfire. Let's wait for the smokes to go down. Then let's fight. Very good. Smoke is down. No. In this round, like, the primary mistake was you're not focused on your primary objective as a Jett player. Like, you take a kill, you open a site, your teammates are pushing in. Even if I'm stunned, I'm using a smoke and dash, and I'm going in. If I can actually do that. Like, come on, let's move in, you know?
On doit... Sage wall direct.
Economy mistake. So in this round, we have 2,350 credits, but you have the ultimate. If you have the Jett ultimate in eco and hellby rounds, buy the heavy shield or light shield and play the ultimate as a main weapon. In this round, I would just buy a light, smokes, shorty, and ultimate. Ultimate allows you and gives you a great potential to win this round, and you should behave towards the ultimate ability as a free weapon and economy management tool. In this round, alt, light shield, heavy shield, let's go.
On doit plaindre rapidement et... En fait, je sais pas quoi dire en fait, genre... C'est difficile d'entrer sur B.
In these eco and hellby rounds, you really need to start realizing that you have a huge kill potential as a Jett player. You know, like if you have like 1,000 extra credits, buy the light shield, buy the shorty, buy smoke updraft, fuck up the enemies. If you have the ultimate available, buy the heavy shield, use the ultimate, fuck up the enemies. Like with Jett and Omen, there is not a single round where you're useless. Even if you don't have a Vandal, Phantom, or Operator, or some shit like that. Like, in every single round, you can find at least one kill potential. Like, for example, in this round, we know that Sage is walling this, and she's playing on top of the wall. Shorty, light, smoke, updraft. Let's activate the dash ability. Updraft. Take a kill, take her gun out, take the space, fuck up the enemy's rotation, that's it. You need to master the shotguns more in eco rounds. What's the main objective of Omen? Quite similar as Jett. Quite similar as Jett.
Can you chill, Brimstone, please? Thank you.
Oh, your Omen gameplay heavily depends in which elo you're playing and with what type of teammates you're playing.
Okay.
Reyna, it was nice knowing you, bro. You see, in this round, using the ultimate, without the heavy shield, without the light shield, it's kind of a bit of a waste. You know, like you should have afforded something for this like ultimate usage. CHARLATAN, how to unlock big brains? I have sub but don't have the access. You need to connect your Twitch account to your Discord account, and you will get automatically the Twitch role in like maybe 10 hours from now. Bro, Brimstone Houdini. Nice shots, not bad. Okay. Okay. I mean, if just a second. If the enemies are this close to you, it is worth it to gamble the right click. Like, I would just go for the right click and that's it. It is very inconsistent. It is a roulette, but you have 88 HP and this guy has a Vandal in your face. Like, your chances of one-tapping the guy here are very, very low. Like, especially because we're playing an eco and halberd round, you know, rely more on the RNG factors of the game. But this is the mindset that I just don't understand in ranked solo queue. Something works for you. Like, the C push is very easy for us. We always take the C side control. We won the round on C. Let's push A in eco rounds. Let's push B side when the enemies are eco. Like, why? If something works for you, keep abusing it until it stops working. And even if it stops working, you motherfucker, like, do it again. Because maybe enemies won't expect you to push again that same area of the map. Or maybe you can adapt your playstyle depending what enemies are doing. Like, if C-side is arguably speaking like the easiest area of the map to be pushed on Lotus. Usually in solo queue, people play only one player on C side. That's it. Especially when you're playing Jett, like, you can take an easy kill on C, open the side, that's it. The problem of this object here, the problem of this object right here is that you're way too close to the wall. Like, don't be close to the wall. Just stay away from the wall and do this. Simple. You don't need to, you know, you're not jump spotting the enemies. You're using the object to pick them. Bam. Once again, no reason to pick this fight, no reason to pick this fight. And if you're already picking up the fights there, I would activate my dash ability preemptively. Crosshair placement, you're not clearing a single possible angle where the enemies can be. Like, if you already decide to push like this, you need to jiggle pick that angle, clear that position, that position, that position, that position, clear this position, move in. Crosshair placement, angle clearing needs to be better. More methodical. Custom server, deathmatch, practicing ranked. When it comes to when it comes to your executes with Jett, number one thing that you miss is like you need to flick in the middle of your dash. Like, you need to behave towards the dash ability as a recon tool and a pressure making tool. And also, when you're doing the Jett executes, basically they need to be more precise. Like, for example, what you did here is not that good. Like, I mean, it's fine, but it is better to take more space, you know, for your team. Like, it is better to pressure these enemies all the way back there, like this, and then pick them in a circle motion, like this, then doing a smoke here, and now enemy Reyna can be here. And you won't expect that. Plus, enemy can hide there. Maybe with a shorty, maybe with a judge, I don't know. Like, use your smokes as a tool to isolate angles better. You know, like, they need to be precise in the choke points, in, like, around some boxes, inside of some angles where you can actually use the smokes to out, like, let me show you an example. A simple example. Split. I hate this execute. Like, smoking here, dashing there. When you exit this smoke, you're fucked. Especially if your teammates are not following you into the site. But my primary execute with Jett on A site is smoke dash here, into this 90-degree angle. Now, when I peek from this smoke here, I'm only exposed from here, here, and here. But I already cleared these angles because in the middle of the dash, I flicked towards the left side and I revealed the enemies there. Even if I push through the smoke all the way here, I'm only visible from this angle. Pre-assuming that your teammates have given you the smoke for the tower and smoke for the CT, you know, like, let's pre-assume that, you know, your teammates are not gonna do, I don't know, some smoke, I don't know, like that brimstone, well, the smoke that he gave you. No, you need to talk to your teammates. Like, you need to tell them. Like I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, but you need to realize that these smokes are bad. like these smokes are terrible. I mean, if he doesn't want to listen to you, fine. You know, like, adapt to your brimstone. Like hold the smokes. Maybe you can push inside of them, dash inside of them, try to play a short inside of them. You know, but these smokes are terrible.
Can you heal? Thank you.
Shanks you.
Oh, okay. No problem. Can you plant for long? No, we go back. We don't play site.
Again, play as aggressive as your most aggressive teammates are playing and be there to refrag them. Always prioritize the teammates that have the highest chances of dying. Even if you give them some kind of a call, this call was good. To plan for the C-long and play C-long. But if I have 3 teammates on site, I'm playing on site until they get the fuck out from the site.
Oh, okay. No problem. Can you plant for long?
Here I'm playing on the site, activating my dash ability, getting ready for the fight in the CT.
No, we go back. We don't play site.
Refragging my brimstone with the dash ability. And now I'm moving back when my sage is getting the fuck out.
You want Lotus side if you can.
When the spike is planted for the C-long, like if the spike is planted here, don't play there. Especially not with 30 HP. You know, when you're very low HP, you primarily want to fight the tight, narrow angles or the headshot angles. So that enemies have harder time killing you. So they cannot hit you in the legs and the body shots. Like, you know, I would be playing just here, waiting for the enemies to push, holding this, ba-ba-ba. Holding this, ba-ba-ba. Like, I will not be playing in an open area there. Especially not since the Raze has the ultimate. This position here was really bad for the post plant. Like, with 30 HP. Very risky position. And when the enemies were pushing the site, like, whenever you feel that you're gonna fight the enemies, even if there's like 1% of chance that you're gonna fight the enemies with Jett, activate the dash ability. Like, your dash ability is never wasted, even if there was like 1% of chance that dash ability is gonna allow you to live a happy life and take a next gunfight, or the second gunfight. Here, Raze is doing the ultimate. Enemies are pushing into the site. Activate the dash. At the end of the day, you can still use it to fight the enemies, peek them aggressively, get the fuck out, get a kill, etc, etc. But this position for the postman with 30 HP, no bueno. Oh, I love this, man, I love this. Like, we won 2 rounds on C, but no, let's push A, let's push B. Do you know what is unpredictable in Valorant? Do you know when I would never predict what you're gonna do? If you push the C side 12 rounds in a row. I cannot predict. Like, I don't. Like, at some point, I'm gonna be like, but there's no way, man. There is no way they push the C set, you know? Like, especially in these lower lobbies. Well, like, below Immortal 1, one of the main things that players are missing in solo queue is adaptability, adaptiveness. Like, they never adapt to the things that you're doing. Like, very, very rarely. Very rarely you will see that Killjoy that has the mindset on bind, on split, where she needs to play the B site 24/7, there's a very, very low chance that she's gonna translate her setup to the A site. Very, very low chances. Like, people are very repetitive in solo queue, and all that you need to do is realize their patterns of their utility users and positioning. Sages B with a wall. C site is being guarded by the Reyna. 3 enemies array. The last 6 rounds, they play like that. Keep doing it. Keep pushing C as long as it works. Okay. Good crosshair placement. Good crosshair placement. Good activation of the dash ability. Not bad. Not bad. You see, now, when you reach the rubble position, I highly recommend you guys, whenever you're picking the enemies from the rubble, don't go for the wide swing. Don't go for the swing immediately. Because when you swing in this position, if the enemies open the doors, they can be there, 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 and there. Like, you can never be fully ready for the fight with the enemies, with your crosshair placement. And you will need to rely on your micro adjustments and raw mechanical skill to kill the enemies. Like, when I pick the enemies from the rubble, jump spot, enemies there, ba ba ba, take a kill. 2-step mechanic, fast swing, take a kill. Oh, you didn't even clear the... You were like, fuck it, man, enemies cannot be there. Okay. Okay, I just need to give you a quick tip. If you're pushing the doors, the rotating doors, especially if you're pushing alone, open the doors, take a few steps back from the doors, clear these angles, and then use the doors. Clear this, clear this. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference between clearing the doors of mine and yours? Like, if I do this, enemy can be there, I'm not ready for a fight. Enemy can be here, the enemy can be rotating me around the doors and fucking me up as well. But if I just open the doors, go a few steps back, clear this, clear that, clear this, this, bam. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Also, one more thing that I love to do with Jett is, like, if you notice that enemies are playing this angle quite a lot, like they're holding the doors from this position, ask your teammates to open the doors for you and play this position. Easy kill. The easiest kill in your life. And if the enemies give you a smoke here and you think they're playing CT, always use the updraft on rubble and just kill them over the smoke. 90% of times you will see the enemies in the CT over the smoke and take an easy kill. Oh, you saw the enemies, bro. Like, I think, listen, man, I've noticed already quite a lot of mechanical mistakes of yours. Visual intake of information, perception of the enemy's map awareness. I think I'm gonna give you some kind of a training for this. Some of my previous training examples. We'll see what we can do. Like I don't want to dive too deep into these topics, but you know, not noticing that enemy is quite a big mistake. Like your ability to track the colors on your screen is quite low.
Like say it.
Okay. Best team comp on Lotus? I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of team combos that can work on Lotus. You know, Sky and Breach are both like great initiators. Omen is maybe the best controller. Brimstone is also fine. Like, Chamber can work, Jett can work, Race can work. Like, Lotus is a map where, you know, multiple team comps can actually work. Like, there's no best team composition. You're staying way too much in the air here. You're staying way too much in the air here. And you need to fix this problem. Like, I'm gonna kill you if you repeat doing this. Now, I feel when it comes to your reaction time, I just feel that you're not intaking properly the information from your screen. I feel that you didn't train your vision well enough to react on the colors, and your map awareness is quite low, to be honest. Like, you're not checking the minimap. Like, you know, if I'm pushing into the site here, like in this example, so I'm pushing into the site. The alt is going down. My eyes are going here, 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 here. Minimap screen, minimap screen. My teammates take a fight behind the smoke, minimap. I'm pushing into the site, minimap, angle, angle, angle. Like, it needs to go, you know, up, down, up, down. Like, 50% of times, my eyes are on the minimap. Like, you need to train your peripheral vision and your main vision to, you know, switch its focus a bit more. Like the last thing that I actually track during my gameplay is my crosshair. Like, I'm always observing the angles from which enemies can kill me or peek me, and minimap like 90% of time. Only 10% of times I'm focused exactly on my crosshair and on my crosshair. Okay. Once again, you know what you need to do a bit better. Okay. Swing and peek every angle as if... Like, you need to get ready for the fights. I feel that you're peeking these positions and these angles with a lot of, you know, with a mindset I don't give a fuck. You know? Like, for example, here. Your crosshair is not ready to fight the enemies. My dude is, you know, as he's peeking this angle, he is scratching his head. His crosshair is now in the wall. Enemy can be there with the operator waiting for him. You know, enemy can be on that angle there. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna swing all of this like, fuck it. Enemy can, you know, Reyna can play this off angle here with the dismiss. She can take a kill, dismiss away. Jett can play that angle as well. Like, I don't know. Who gives a fuck, right? I'm just playing ranked. I want to become a Radiant, but, you know, I'm just gonna clear this however the fuck I want. Okay. Another rule that I need to give you. If you're not feeling confident to take a fight with a Jett, you don't need to take a fight. As long as you're applying the pressure onto the enemies and waiting for your teammates to fight with you, that's a good job. Like, you don't need to take that fight with the enemy that is backside. You can wait for your teammates to push and then fight together. And also, like, when you're doing the executes with the Jett, you really need to wait for a better moment of time to execute a site. You are not a one-man army. It is highly unlikely that you will make an ace every single round. And here, you know, your Reyna is here. Your Killjoy is here. Your Brimstone and Sage are behind the mount. Wait for them to come closer to the choke point, even if that means that your execute or your push is going to be delayed by 2 or 3 seconds, and then push into the site. Don't autopilot these rounds. Like, pay attention on the minimap and what your teammates are doing to play more on that contact potential and refrag potential. Like, you don't need to do everything alone. And one thing that I would definitely recommend you is keep the shorty as a secondary weapon. Like, I mean, if I was doing this execute, to be honest, like, I would just do this, like, without any second thoughts. Like, I keep the shorty as a secondary weapon on any agent in every single round. Every round where I can afford the shorty. Like, I would just be doing this. Aha. Enemy is there. Bam. Trust me, easiest kills in Valorant. Like, you don't need aim. You don't need anything. Jump out. Place the proper crosshair onto the enemy. Fuck it. You think that you autopilot too much? There is a training for that as well. There is a training for that. Like, everything in Valorant can be trained. Like, communication, mentality, attitude, map awareness, game awareness. Like, I also feel that you're autopiloting, like, you're like, nah, you know, I'm just gonna do random shit.
Ah, je me suis abaissé, j'aurais...
Bro, this Reyna is playing up, man.
Inside together, guys.
Okay, this is an eco round. But to be honest, listen, if you only need one ultimate orb for the ultimate, on almost every single map, you have an ultimate orb that you can easily take. And even if you don't have an ultimate orb that you can easily take, buy the light shield, buy the shorty, and buy one more smoke. And then try to get a kill with the shorty. You have the ultimate, that's it. But to be honest, on you know, right now, you know that enemy Sage is doing this wall 24/7. Enemies are not fighting for the B main control. What would I buy in this round? I'll buy the heavy shield, and I would just go for the orb right here, and that's it. I have a full fucking weapon in my pocket. Ultimate heavy shield. What else do you need to win a round with Jett? You know? Like, you need to allow yourself to have a higher kill and win potential in eco and hull by rounds. You don't want to behave towards the eco and hull by rounds, the rounds that you cannot win. You can win them easily. Especially if you have a Jett ultimate. Like, this is an operator in your hands. Vandal, Phantom, whatever.
Yes. You don't want to try B, maybe?
Okay. Let's make a small agreement. If we are playing eco and hull by rounds on Lotus, let's first try to take the C side and B side before we completely give up on these sides. I mean, in an eco round where you have a classic pistol only and sheriffs and, I don't know, stingers, shorties, like whatever, pushing A is gonna be hell of a time. Like, even Radiant players cannot successfully push the A set, you know, S5 in an eco and hull by round on A. How can we do that? It's very hard. To tell your teammates, guys, let's push C. If they don't want to listen to you, tell them again, hey guys, let's push C. Hey guys, let's push C. Hey guys, let's push C. Yo guys, let's push C. And if they really don't want to listen to you, you don't need to play with them in these rounds. Like, you know that a Sage is playing on top of the wall. Right up here. Shorty, light shield. Jiggle peek. Come up here. Wait for the Sage to peek. Easy kill. Updraft. Take a gun. Take the space. In eco rounds and halberd rounds, you should just ask yourself, where can I find the easiest kill to open up the map and make some kind of a numbers advantage? Done. And also, like, if your teammates don't want to listen to you, be a bit more annoying. You know, like tell them, like, you know, guys, let's push B. Hey guys, let's push B. Hey guys, let's push B. Guys, can we please push B? Guys, I'm gonna give you a candy if we push the B side. I'm gonna give you my fucking fat cock if we push A. Let's push B. I don't know, I just spam them. Like, people in solo queue are playing on autopilot mode. They're listening to music. They don't give a shit. Like, you need to tell them multiple times to do something so that that information is actually processed properly. You don't need to yell at them, of course. Like, just, you know, speak to them. I have absolutely no idea how enemies lost this, bro. Like this was terrible.
Heaven, I think.
Okay, now we're going to see how good is his smoke usage with Jett. Right now, the enemy breach is gonna use the ultimate for this retake. If my dude doesn't smoke himself out when the breach does the ultimate, we have a lot of the problems.
Yes. Someone check backside.
Oh, lol. Okay, they didn't use the ultimate. They're stupid. I don't know what's happening, man. You know, like, his position in this post plant was fine. You know, like Sage is there by the box. The drop is smoked. We have a wall on the tower. 2 teammates are guarding the doors area, the rotating doors. Like, positioning is fine. But crosshair placement, like, you're spacing out a lot. You cannot space out this much. Like, if I was you, I would focus on fixing my crosshair placement 100% in the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks! I don't give a fuck about my utility usage. I don't give a fuck about anything. I want to make sure that my crosshair is always ready to fight the enemies and that I'm waiting for the enemies. Nothing else. Like, you're I don't know what you're trying to do. First of all, this is way too low of a crosshair placement.
Someone check backside.
I don't know how that guy... How did that guy die from the judge on that distance, man? He had a bullet, bro. Here, you hear the enemy there. Crosshair is here. Why is Crosshair not there? You know why he had... What? I know, man. We figured it out, guys. We figured it out. Do you know why he had this type of a crosshair placement? Is there anyone in the chat? Is there anyone in the chat that knows why he did this type of a peek and movement? Come on, guys. Anybody? I'm gonna give you a candy if you guess. A special one. We'll say to buy the Back Force 1 Plus in blue, black, or gold. What is Black Force 1 Plus? I don't know, man. Sorry, like, Mukujin video. I like the drill. You know, aim with a movement. Okay. I'm just joking. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. But it's funny. It's funny. Oh, this is not funny anymore. Just a second.
Oh, thank you.
Aha, this guy has... Okay. He dropped your bulldog. Call of Duty peaks.
C'est Gobi. Oui. Should not push too much.
Okay.
C'est Gobi, oui.
You know, activating the dash here is a bit of a mistake as well. You know, like, in this position, I would activate the dash if I know that enemies love to play this area of the map. So, essentially, enemies never played aggressively in this area of the map. They never peeked you anywhere. Like, that's another thing that you need to pay attention when you're playing Jett. Like, you don't want to activate the dash in areas of the map so that enemies don't hold. But essentially, like, you know, you can just clear these angles by jump spotting the enemies and then bop. You know, you don't need dash for this. Like, plus, we're not even pushing C site. Your teammates are pushing B site.
Not push too much.
Bro, I just put my microphone in the pudding.
I reload.
Another mistake. Listen. Pay attention on enemies' economy. Their economy dictates what you should push in that specific round. Like, if enemies are playing an eco or halberd round on Lotus, avoid going B side. You know, why would you plant the spike in this claustrophobic area of the map? Or push this claustrophobic area of the map? When the enemies are eco or halberd, pushing A is a better idea in general, or pushing C side. But I would definitely avoid pushing B if that is possible. Okay, listen. There is one solution that you can apply in your gameplay when your teammates don't want to listen to you. This is the trick that I use when I'm doing my unranked to immortal series and when I was doing these challenges. I'm playing Jett. Pick up the spike. Pick up the spike. You know, tell your teammates, guys, I'm sending it. This round, I'm going C site. I'm gonna dash into the site. If you don't follow me, we lose the round. Of course. I'm not gonna do that. I am going to pick up the spike. But at a moment of time, when I'm getting ready to execute the site, I'm gonna drop the spike and then do the execute. Obviously. I'm not gonna, you know, give the enemies the spike.
Plant.
Quick tip. Whenever you're doing any press to hold action in Valorant, whether it is picking up the orb, planting the spike, picking up the KO from the ground, always place your crosshair at an angle from which enemies can kill you at that moment of time, so that you're ready for the fight with the enemies, and you don't need to do large movements with your mouse to actually kill the enemies. Just a small micro adjustments and you're there for the fight. So, if I'm picking up this orb, my crosshair is here, Sage peeks me, bam. I can stop taking the orb, I'm ready for the fight. But if I'm planting the spike, and my crosshair is here, and the breach peeks me from this position, I'm absolutely fucking dead. Maybe, probably. Bro, the music in the background. I don't know how you can play with this music, bro. Like, I would kill myself, literally.
Okay, we'll play Sage.
Okay. What the fuck is going on here? Listen, guys. If you have excessive economy, so, you know, like, you have enormous amount of economy. There is 2 rounds to end this match. You have the ultimate available. Bro. I'm not gonna play a bulldog in this round. I'm not. What bulldog? I have 7,000 credits. Drop the bulldog out of the map. Buy the Vandal, Phantom, Operator, whatever the fuck you wanna play. Vandal, Shorty. Why am I playing bulldog? There's 2 rounds left of the half. Another thing that you need to fix is definitely your economy management, like especially in eco rounds, halberd rounds, and you know, you need to allow yourself to have higher chances of winning these rounds, even if they seem unwinnable. Very good jump spot. We saw nothing. Ooh. This Sage loves to play on top of the walls quite a lot, so I would pre-assume that Sage is on the wall. Maybe, I don't know. That smoke, very good smoke for Jesus Christ. You know, like, like, you know, this doesn't exist in any playbook, man. Like, nice try. Just like Valorant is an indie dev company, and they don't have enough money to keep their servers up for, you know, like 1.5 hours. When do you usually do guess the rank in your streams? At the end of the streams or at the start of the streams? Like, I do like 1 or 2 or 3 guess the ranks like during the stream. Come on! Indie devs, listen, here. So, first of all, I don't understand what is this smoke for. Like, this smoke doesn't do anything for you. It's just a waste of smoke, completely fucked up. Second of all, if I was only left with 1 smoke, I'm not gonna use that smoke. I'm not gonna use that smoke to actually cover that position. I'm gonna use the smoke for the execute. You know, I cannot waste one of my smokes and then dash in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, pray to God that I'm gonna survive that. Also, one more, like, this is something that I didn't actually share in my playbook with Jett. I completely forgot about this. Like, one more execute that is actually really, really fine. It's not the best, but it's okay maybe for eco rounds, halberd rounds, or, you know, when you wanna add a bit more versatility when it comes to the executes, is this execute. Let me showcase to you. This is also okay. Like, it's not bad. It's not the best. Like, it's okay. It just came up to my mind right now. Like, I'm actually doing this quite a lot. So if you want to spice up your executes a bit more, so you're not doing the same shit every single round, like, it is okay to use a smoke here and dash there. And then from this position, outmaneuver the enemies and create a cover for yourself. Basically, when you smoke this angle, right here, like this, you can easily isolate the enemies at the backside, clear this angle, and create a cover with a second smoke for this position. This execute is also fine when you have the, you know, close range weapons such as Judge, like, you know, doing some shit like this, and then ba ba ba. Or maybe you can take a different pathing. You can do basically something like this. Bam, 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 and then from this position, ba 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 ba.
Ah putain.
Main.
Where do you want to go, guys? Just wait, Reina, maybe?
Okay, listen. I just want to digress here a bit more. How many rounds enemies needed to change something in their gameplay? 11. Like, it took enemies 11 rounds to actually position the Sage utility on C site and to stop your push on C. So for 11 rounds, you could have been pushing C site and just taking a site for free. Think about that. Now here, obviously, like, the race died, you should have noticed that, but you're kind of, you know, you need to be more focused on kill feed, minimap, and chat, like tactical callouts. Like, essentially, I feel that you're not intaking any information from your surroundings and your screen. Like, if somebody dies, check a kill feed. If something appears on the minimap, check it quickly, like, see what the fuck is on the minimap. Like, you're doing a lot of stupid crap because, you know, you're not intaking information at all anywhere else. But I'm gonna give you a training for that. Like, you're gonna do some training. And this crosshair placement here, like, I really don't want to speak about the crosshair placement anymore. Like, here, you're not dying because of, yeah, your movement is a bit disconnected from you know, taking a kill here. But, you know, you need to recorrect your crosshair at every single moment of time and be ready for the fight. Like, crosshair cannot be here, it needs to be there. Here, 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 bam. Insta-kill. Okay, let's see the defense. We spent a lot of time. Bro, we spent 1 hour and 45 minutes on the attack! We're not in the middle of the... I mean, we're in the middle of the VOD. On the first round of Lotus, you have two options. Basically, on Lotus, we have two default sites. And those are the A site and controlling A main area of the map, and the C site. B site, I'm very rarely gonna play only if the enemies are really abusing me there, or if I think that based on the enemy's economy, like, it makes more sense for the enemies to push B than anything else. Like, if the enemies are playing an eco or half by round, it just makes more sense for them to push B than to push anything else. Now, in the first round with Jett on Lotus, you can start either C or you can start A site. If you're starting on A site, in the first round, I mean, you can just simply buy the Sheriff and go for the one-taps. You know, like, you can just buy the Sheriff, try to go for the body shots, for the headshots, and that's it. Maybe you can hold some kind of an angle like this, try to take a kill, reposition to the site, then pick the enemies with a dash. It's fine. Like, you can do something like that. You can also do some kind of a classic pistol shorty strategy, maybe around the doors, maybe in the site. It's really up to you. If you're playing the C site, once again, you can buy the Sheriff and just contest the enemies in the long and slowly digress towards the site. Or you can play some kind of a classic shorty strategy right here with a light shield, drop the shorty there, and at the start of the round, see if the enemies are pushing in, exchange a few bullets with them, go at the back of the site, get the shorty, wait for the enemies to push, activate the dash ability, take a classic, continue the fight with the enemies. Like, it's totally fine. Whatever you want to this. Whatever you decide to do, it's fine. Like, it depends on your personal playstyle and what you prefer as a player. Also, if you're just playing a classic pistol in the first round, afford all of your money for the utility. If you're playing only a classic on a defender side, buy 2 smokes. 2 smoke, light shield, and classic. You never know when that smoke can be useful for you to isolate the fights with the enemies and to, you know, protect yourself, cover yourself up. We're not gonna take this fight with a classic, are we? Okay. Okay, good.
VVV.
Yeah. Okay. When you're retaking the bomb sites with Jett, if you have a smoke and dash ability available, same as on the attacker's side, like, it is usually better for you to, like, go in first and reveal the enemies before your teammates go in first. Like, you need to consider yourself not only as an aggressive or passive, or yourself as a duelist, you're kind of like a Sova dart, essentially. Throwing off the enemy's crosshair placement, throwing off the enemy's attention overall, and by just, you know, dashing in a smart way, of course, and taking some space and some attention on yourself, you allow your teammates to have much easier time taking these fights. Like, for example, here, you know, if I notice on the minimap, my teammates are ready to go out. That's it, man. You know, like, I destroy the wall here. Doing a smoke. Probably there. Or maybe there. Bam. I reveal that guy. I can kill this dude. I can kill this dude. Take this kill. You know. I'm definitely not gonna allow my teammates to be the first contact. Okay. There's nothing in specific that I can shit about. Like, we just lost the site. Killjoy, I don't know what the fuck she did. Like, it's okay. And let's say enemies play this well. You still did. You still did a few mistakes here and there, especially, you know, how passively you played before. You know, you basically, you need to look at the minimap. Like when you're getting ready for the retakes, look at the minimap and try to anticipate when your teammates are ready to get out. And at the moment of time when you think that your teammates will be going out, dash in, smoke, reveal the enemies, fuck them up. Take the attention away. Okay. You see, for example, in this round, how many credits do you have? 2,500. Sheriff? Maybe. Maybe you're gonna go for the one taps, kill 2 people, take their guns. Shorty with a light shield and 1 smoke. Why not? You have a chance to potentially kill 1 enemy, take his gun out. Light shield plus Stinger or Vandal. Potentially win the round. Or Spectre. Like, you're not investing anything in these eco rounds. You're behaving towards them as they're 100% lost. Like, one of my main powers in solo queue, actually my main 3 powers as a solo queue player: economy management, not only for myself but also my team as well. Like, the amount of guns that I drop to my teammates is insane. Number 2, ability to close out easy rounds and clutch up the rounds. 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 5, 1 versus 1, etc, etc. Number 3 is essentially like playing the team play game. Like, you know, playing on the content of my allies, playing the proper reframe potential, keeping the proper distance between myself and my allies. And number 4 would be the ability to clutch eco rounds. Like, in these eco and halberd rounds, you really need to figure out some kind of a strategies and tactics that give you a potential kill or a potential to somehow win them. Like classic pistol shorty strategy somewhere, like buying a sheriff at least to try to maybe get 1 or 2 picks. Like, you need to invest something in these rounds.
V. Well played. Excellent.
In this round, the only thing that I don't like is, like, you know, as a Jett player, I explained this already. If you think you're gonna fight the enemies, or if you're 100% certain that you're gonna fight the enemies, activate the dash ability. Like, these type of fights you should not be taking without the dash. That's the whole power of Jett. Like, the main reason why Jett is the S tier character is the dash ability to quickly escape. Like, your autopilot mode, or essentially your instinct, should be like, you think you're gonna fight the enemies, dash activate immediately. Even if you waste it, it's never truly wasted.
Zego.
You should have stayed here to pick up the weapons, man. I mean, you killed 3 enemies, pick up their guns. You know, play with the Reyna. Play on the refrag. Like, she has 10 HP. Like, you're 3 versus 2 without any weapons. Right now, you should have just stayed with the Reyna, pick up the weapons from the dead enemies, and prepare for the retake together with your teammates. You don't want to fight the enemies alone here. Wait for the Killjoy to, you know, connect with you, connect with the Reyna. Let's fight together. Let's play the team play game. You don't need to do everything alone, especially not with a classic pistol. Unnecessary fight. Wrong prioritization of what you want to do. Why? Wait for your teammates. We have 40 seconds to retake the site. No problem.
Skin of what?
When you're playing Judge with Jett, when you're playing Judge with any agent, basically, if you have money to buy the Ghost or Sheriff Bite, just to have, you know, some kind of a long-range weapon, if you already use your smokes and dash ability, and you need to fight them in medium and long-range gunfights. Like, it's a good investment. And it is fine that you're playing Judge right now. I mean, we really don't know if the enemies are gonna push B, C, and A. They kind of demolished, you know, they kind of pushed us on B in the previous 2 rounds, so it's okay what you're trying to do here. Killjoy is AFK. God damn it, bro. Killjoy trolling, brother.
Easy go.
No, first of all, I don't know why did you wait for that boombot to, you know, go off. Like this was a terrible boombot. Like this boombot is not gonna reveal you. Second of all, if enemies already do a boombot somewhere and they take a space and you're playing a shotgun, jump spot, and then peek that angle. Like right now, keeping your location a secret doesn't matter at all. Like enemies need to pre-assume that you're maybe CT, that you're maybe on tower, etc, etc. Like, when you're playing shotguns, information is everything for you. Like, so that you have a good idea how you can find a kill potential and how you can actually fuck up the enemies. Here, you know, Raze did a boombot. Enemies might be there. Jump spotting them. Aha. Brimstone is there. No problem. Activating the dash. Using a smoke. Getting in a smoke. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Getting away with a kill. Resetting myself. Maybe taking his gun out. That's it. But the Killjoy lost us this round, man. Like, the guy was AFK in a enemy's bonus round. This was so bad. That was so bad. Did we win the round? No, we lost them. Yeah, we lost.
Enemy, smoke me. Oh, bro, can you smoke me? Oh là là, c'est... Too late.
Bro. Okay. Listen. This pick that you went for at the start of the round, it's okay. It's okay. Like, but if you already noticed that enemy breach, like if you notice from the previous rounds that enemy breach is stunning this, try to get to this position as fast as possible and reach this spot. Even if you make like maybe a 2 footsteps, it's highly unlikely that enemies are gonna hear that because of the breach stun. So you can do that. And then you can play this off angle, get a kill, get out. Now, here when you got stunned, number 1 thing that you should have done after dashing away is smoking yourself in a one-way so that enemies cannot freely push in. And then reposition to here. Number 3 thing, once again you're spacing out with your crosshair placement. Like your crosshair is here, enemies might be pushing you here. Even if there is a slow orb, you don't know how fucked up enemies are in the head. And that brimstone smoke, bro, like what the...
Enemy, smoke me.
What the fuck is this, man? Ah, look at this, brothers. Look at this, like gold brimstone, huh? Nope. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I also wouldn't expect like the Reyna to be in this position. Like, you didn't have this information at all. Like, this smoke really fucked us up big time, big time. Like, you know, if he had a normal smoke here, like this, then what he could have done, he could have just went into the site, cleared the full site, and that's it. But this smoke allows the enemies to peek from here, from here, from here. Like this was terrible, man. Like, I don't know.
Oh, bro, can you smoke me? Oh là là, c'est...
As I said, probably I wouldn't anticipate this Reyna myself as well here. I don't want, you know, I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. Okay, enemies did a flash on A site. Also, like, you know, when you're playing on a defender side, on defense, pay attention on enemies' pattern of pushing and style of pushing. Like, if you already noticed in the last 5 rounds that enemies are just playing together and pushing together, I will pre-assume that that is their main style and pattern of pushing. So if I hear the breach flash in this position, I would instantly pre-assume that enemies are pushing A site. And your Vayne already has the beam control. Right now, I would just instantly rotate on A, making sure that my Brimstone lives a happy life. You heard the flash on A. Let's go, let's move. Once again, a bit of an economy mistake.
Genre,
Economy is like also a bit iffy.
Instant, ça sert à rien, genre.
Here, 5,750 credits. Heavy shield, shorty, ultimate. That is everything that you need to win this round. You don't need a stinger. Yeah, plus, you have the money for the operator in the next round. You can play op with the light shield. It's okay that he's holding this because in the previous rounds, enemies pushed aggressively CT, and maybe we can get a kill here.
Continuez.
Yeah, brother, mother, father. Okay. You know, when you're using the Jett knives, you really want to abuse the updrafts and just unpredictable peaks as much as you can. Like, for example, if I was here and my Sage died from that position, I don't want to peek that raise like this. Not because, you know, I might die from that raise, but because this guy might kill me. This guy might kill me. That guy. Too many angles. Like, if the raise is already there, stuck, I would just use the updraft, kill that raise, that's it. Then maybe use the updraft again, kill that guy, that guy, drop down, clear that position. Maybe drop down here. Or, if I already killed the raise, let's say I killed the raise in that spot. Then, I can smoke this, go behind this pillar, bam, take another kill. Be creative. You know, like, if you feel uncomfortable, like, in the air, with the Jett knives, practice that. In a custom server, in team deathmatch, like, we have a lot of tools to do that. But when you have the Jett knives, you really want to spend some time in the actual air to fight the enemies.
Fight me.
Especially in these lobbies where players have a terrible like crosshair placement, terrible mechanical skill, and it is highly unlikely that enemies are going to kill you, you know, like while you're in the air. Good activation of the dash ability, good rotation, everything perfect. Like, it's okay. Absolutely fine round. Ooh! Why did you glide there? How did that happen? I mean, when you're dropping on this position, you don't need to press any button except shift. Just shift. Like, why did you press the jump? Crosshair placement is your absolutely worst enemy, man. Worst enemy. Like, do you see how you're swinging in these angles? Like, where enemies can be anywhere at that moment of time. Personally, I wouldn't have this much confidence swinging in these positions as you're swinging them. Like, I don't know, I would be scared. I would genuinely be scared. Like here, bam, bro. Like, let's think for a second. Let's jiggle pick this angle, that angle, jiggle pick this position, do a one-way here, clear this angle, clear the sight. You know, wait for the one-way to go down, now pick the enemies. Like, crosshair placement is literally your worst enemy right now. You're not ready for the fights, and you're not anticipating the fights. Where you should be in a mindset, enemies are everywhere, I'm gonna fight the enemies at any moment of time, I'm ready to fuck them up and shit on them. And also, one more additional tip is like, when you're retaking the sites, and you already have a huge numbers advantage, like you're 4 versus 2, 3 versus 2. Like, wait for your teammates. You know, refrag them, play on their contact. Wait for everyone to connect with each other. Like, you don't need to be a hero. You don't need to fight every single fight. Like, here, 4 versus 2. You took 2 amazing kills. Wait for the Sage to break the wall here. Wait for the Killjoy to connect with you. Wait for the Reyna to drop down, connect with the Reyna on the right side, stick to her butthole, and peek together, and fight together. You don't need to swing everything alone and fight every single fight alone. That is another thing that you need to pay attention on your allies. You're thinking about yourself too much, like, but in these lobbies, like, you need to think more about your teammates than about yourself, to be honest. What is this economy management, brother? What's happening with the economy? We won the round. We won the round. Heavy Shield, Vandal, Shorty. Heavy Shield, Judge, Sheriff. Why am I playing Light Shield?
Okay.
Oh, they are really keen towards the A set, man.
Okay.
When you're rotating from C to A, or from B to A, and enemies are pushing A set fast, you need to play with the pre-assumption that enemies can already be there. Maybe the enemy Omen is going to use the teleport, Jett is going to dash in, Raze is going to double satchel. You never know how fast the enemies are actually. So, you know, here you need to be ready for this peak and this fight, like... For example here, you know, like... So, we're retaking the A site. Enemies already pushed into the site. I'm moving here with the classic pistol, because I have a judge. Moving like this, taking the judge out, clearing these angles. Aha, this is smoked. Okay, now I need to clear the smoke, because enemies could have used the ropes. I'm gonna enter the smoke, clear all of this. Then, I'm gonna jiggle pick this, take the judge out, and then peek. Or, I'm just simply gonna get ready for some kind of fun. Retake, execute, whatever. Okay, Brimstone is the lineup area. Okay.
Si. Can you smoke C?
Listen, when you're smoking the choke points, when the enemies are pushing through the choke points, always use the one-ways. But always. Like, one-way is always better than a regular smoke. Like, that regular smoke just allows the enemies to actually push into the site. So if I want to smoke this, bam. If I want to smoke this, you know, bam. Like, regular smoke just gives enemies an advantage. And also, like, you know, if you're already not playing on the site with a Jett, like, you're not defending these positions from the site, just use the object here. Place close to the Killjoy turret. Killjoy turret can be a bait for you. Enemies are pushing in. Activate the dash. Take a free kill. Free kill. Free kill. Dash away. Take another kill. Use off angles.
On site.
You literally right now gave the enemies the smoke to actually cross into the site.
Not block me, bro.
She's not blocking you, man. Like,
C'est pas possible ça, genre. Replay?
Same rule here applies when you're pushing into the bomb sites. Like, for example, here, you know, what is this smoke? You know, like if you want to block the enemy's vision there, bam. Now we take this, clear that, clear the site. Or let's do this, bam, and then clear this, take the site. Like, these random smokes like really don't make any sense. Like, you need to assign some kind of a meaning to your smokes. Whether to pressure the enemies backwards or to push through the smokes, or I don't know, like, depends which weapon you have and what is the scenario.
Go B, go B.
Ok. Tu vas appeler.
Frérot, c'est-à-dire qu'ils sont les haches. Ok, B, B, B. Can you smoke B?
Like, do you see the smokes? Like, you're literally helping the enemy's team to cross into the sites and through the choke points. Like, to cross from this position to this position. Now maybe they can push C. If they didn't have this smoke, they cannot cross towards the switch, and you can easily pick them apart. Now you don't know if one enemy is there or not. And you need to worry about two different angles.
Zerbi.
Yo, Scar, well stream, man. One tip. When you're playing inside of this, I don't know, how do you call this? Like, this Colosseum shit right here. It is better for you to play literally inside of it like this than on the stairs. I don't know how to explain this, like, just angles are a bit better, like, fuck it. Now, second thing, when you pick a fight with the enemies, with Jett, like, essentially, if I see two enemies on my screen, and I do a burst fire, you always want to dash away. Like, whenever there's two enemies fighting you at the same time, or the gunfight is not working in your favor, immediately get the fuck out. You don't need to pick that fight. Like, it is better to disengage, stay alive, that's it. But to be honest, this breach really fucked you up, like, hard. You know, we know that your crosshair placement is not the best, and I was wondering the whole stream, if his crosshair placement is this bad with automatic weapons, what the fuck is he doing with the operator? And now I got the answer. Like, bro, this is a crosshair placement for Yao Ming. Like, maybe, no, you know, Nikola and LeBron James, like, you know, they are this high, but enemies are definitely not this high. Like, man, like, especially when you're aiming with the operator, you always aim at the body. You don't need to kill. You don't want to fight the enemies in the head. You know, like, if I'm holding this angle, okay, I want to play from the CT. I'm gonna hold this angle here, and I'm placing my crosshair on this line, right there. Enemies are peeking, however the fuck they peek. With a crouch peek, with a jiggle peek, I don't know, whatever the fuck they do, that's it. I take a kill.
It's B.
Listen, I'll give you a fix for all of this. after, I'm going to give you a dedicated training routine that you're going to perform for the next 2 months. When it comes to all of these problems that we explained today, that we discussed today, actually. And after 2 months, we'll see how much you're going to improve from that routine. Like, basically, I have like 100 pre-recorded, pre-made training examples. Like, I already coached 3,500 players in Valorant. You know, like, I've collected so much information and data. Like, I'm swimming in data in Valorant, basically. Like, and we'll see what we can do there. You know, like, we'll be adjusting that routine depending, you know, how much we improve, digress, progress. We'll try to, you know, fix this problem.
Future Molly, maybe?
Just one more note. Like, important note. If you are peeking into an unknown territory, use jump spotting mechanic. If you don't give a crap about your location. Location's secret. Whatever, like, I could have worded this a bit better. It's already too late for me. And I have 2 more coaching sessions. So, you know, I left towards the B site. Here. I don't know if enemies can be there. I cannot do this swing. Like, I cannot do this. Enemies can be there. Close. There. There. I need to jump spot the enemies. And now I can maybe hold this.
S'il vous plaît. Si.
As far as I can see, that is a wall. It's not an angle, right? What's come on, man, like, come on, like literally, trust me, you're good. You're good. I don't feel that your dead zoning and your strafing is that bad as you say that it is bad, but crosshair placement is out of this world. Like, I truly, yeah, you're not the best when it comes to reaction time. Reaction time and crosshair placement, that's what's fucking you up. Movement is okay, like, it's gold, platinum level, whatever. Like, strafing is okay, it can be better, but crosshair placement and reaction time, 0 points. Whole VOD review. You hated the ghost confirmed. Bro, just tell me, like, what? This gray part is kind of confusing, to be fair. Ah. Oh, on my screen, this is not gray. This is more bluish. Because my color saturation is like I'm playing in a fucking Disneyland, bro. Like, my colors are so bright that I don't know. Teletubbies, bro. Like, I'm living in a Alice in Wonderland, charlatan, like. Ooh. That's good. That threw me off guard. Not bad, not bad. Reaction time cannot be improved, right? Who told you that? That guy should be removed from any position ever. Like, reaction time can be improved, like, in an enormous amount of different ways. Like, your reaction time does have a certain skill ceiling, but you can improve other things that are gonna naturally improve your reaction time. Like, I'll explain you, W, man, like, after we finish the VOD review. Does crosshair placement matter with an op? Genuine question. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, if I had a bad crosshair placement, I probably wouldn't get like 50% of kills that I get. Like, my raw mechanical skill is shit. Because I don't aim train that much. Like, my flicks are bad, my tracking is bad, but my crosshair placement, positioning, and movement are 90% of times perfect. 99 actually. But my raw mechanical skill is like poo-poo caca. And if I had a bad crosshair placement, I don't know, like, I would probably be hard stack immortal forever.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Crosshair placement is a lot more important. Absolutely. Okay.
Après, j'avoue que c'était dur d'aller en
No, bro. Okay. Let's use a simple... So, how can you improve crosshair placement without any training? Like, when you're doing VOD reviews, and when you're doing... when you're playing ranked games, observe the materials on the wall and compare them to the player's model. Like, for example, I know that on this angle, with Vandal and Phantom, I need to aim here in order to kill the enemy's head. Enemies that are going all the way, hugging this wall. Like, you see, this is approximately the enemy's head level. Use the lines. Use the boxes. I mean, look at this box right here. So, imagine how this box would look like there, based on the depth perception. Like, if I place this box right here, but it's probably not gonna be, you know, this high. Like, one of the easiest ways to improve, like, crosshair placement is observing the lines on the wall and making the crosshair placement lineups. You know? It takes some time, but it is worth it, especially if you're a low elo player. Like, for example, I don't know, let's say I'm peeking the enemies in the A main area right there. I know exactly that I need to aim above this shit right here to have the absolutely perfect headshot level for that position. I don't know, like, if enemies are peeking me from there, this is the enemy's PP. So that means that my crosshair needs to be significantly higher than enemy's PP. It's not PP, it's like maybe, you know, maybe abdominal level, like, let's say, like that. So we can use this line right here to place our crosshair for the enemy's head. And that is where I aim. Like, essentially, you want to dissect your Valorant gameplay to the levels where you don't see abilities anymore. You don't see animations anymore. You only see straight lines in a 4-dimensional way. Like, when I play the game, I don't care about the animations, about the shit that's going around. Like, you need to, you know, see, like, to look at the game in a bit more, you know, straightforward way. Like, I don't know how to explain it better. Important to know that we're not on the same ground level with enemies. Distance also affects head height massively. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I'm just explaining this in a very rough, you know, like, motion. Like, basically, you know, you can use the lines on the boxes as a tool for the crosshair placement. If the enemy is playing behind the box there, my crosshair is always below the box level here. Like, you know, if the enemy picks me like this, that is the headshot. If the enemy picks me like this, below the box. Like, use the lines. See the game through a different lens. I guess a shot in the PP is one shot. True. especially with operator, like here, you know, crosshair should be somewhere there, like here. It should not be this high, and also not this far away from the wall.
Il vit gagne plusieurs molly.
Okay.
Passing B.
Ooh. Okay. You know, like, he needed to do this here. Like, it's okay. I mean, he got walled. He needs to destroy the wall. That enemy just played very well. Like, the guy walled himself up, like, with a stinger. Yeah. Ooh, we are blind as fuck.
Diffuse, one diffuse.
I mean, this is something that you just need to anticipate. You know, like in your gameplay, like you know, if the spike is planted in an area of the map where the enemies have the open sight onto the spike, you need to pre-assume that enemies are gonna spam it. And when you're moving around the enemy smokes, you wanna move in the pattern where you think that you will dodge the enemy's bullets. So, for example, if I wanted to close the gap with the enemies here, and the spike is planted there, I need to pre-assume that enemies are gonna play this position and just do this and this. So what does that mean for me? That means that I need to hug this angle to get into the smoke, activate the dash, and do this. Like, whenever you're trespassing through the smokes, behind the smokes, in front of the smokes, just, you know, think which line of sight enemies are gonna abuse to spam you, and what are the most common positions that players love to spam. The play was okay. He has 2 HP, and I would have done the same shit, to be honest.
Diffuse, one. Yes.
Chat. I don't know. 10 gifted subs if he takes a kill. 10 gifted subs if he takes a kill. Ah, never mind. You owe me 10 subs, by the way. But that second peak was good.
Wall play, back, go. 3 maybe?
Good repositioning.
Garden, they are garden, Sage on you, I think.
Okay. Let's talk about the angles and angle holding. Angle holding. First here, when you're holding this angle, so you're holding a very long range corridor. Here. Very long range corridor. This angle, it is better to hold like this, closer to the wall, dodging the breach flash completely, and potentially dodging the rest of the enemy's flashes. And this is my crosshair placement and my positioning with operator. I'm aiming for the enemy's crouch peek. I'm aiming for the enemy's jiggle peek. I'm aiming for everything, basically. If the enemies cross there, I'll catch them. If the enemies jiggle peek there, I'll catch them. So, you know, I cannot put my crosshair all the way here unless I want to catch the enemy Jett that is dashing, satcheling, or something like that. Now, why is it good to hold this angle this close? Like, why is it good to hold this angle like this? Because this distance doesn't matter for you at all. And the closer you are to the wall, it's easier for you to reposition fast. And also, it's harder for the enemies to hit your head. Like, when you're that close to the wall, it is very hard to have a good crosshair placement to hit half of your head that is visible there. Most of the times, people will actually shoot through the wall and damage you for like 140, 130, 120 damage, which will allow you to easily escape this position after the shot. So, if you want to statically hold this type of a position, there is no reason to hold it this far away, because you're not boosting your angle perception advantage in any possible way. This is such a minusculous, like very minimal difference. But there is a huge difference in terms of how hard of a target you're for the enemies and how quickly you can actually escape the fight with the enemies. Now, this type of angle holding, I'm only gonna use if I'm holding extremely long range corridors where I have a huge angle perception advantage. So, for example, this type of a corridor. But I would obviously never do some shit like this if I'm holding, you know, this angle. Like this angle, I'm probably going to be holding by jiggle peeking the enemies or, you know, further away from the wall, doing some shit like that, you know. Angle perception advantage, peeker's advantage, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Now, next thing. You're holding this angle with an operator. If this area of the map is useless for you, you don't need it. Eliminate it. So you can escape more efficiently after I take in a shot. So, if this doesn't matter for you, hold this angle like this. Narrow down these two positions. And that's it. And you don't need to place your crosshair here if you don't hear the enemy's footsteps. Like, you're placing your crosshair way too far away from the angles without actually, you know, like, if the enemies are going for the fast swing, but you can catch them here as well, you know? But if the enemies are going for the jiggle peek, there is a larger margin of error that you're gonna miss that shot. You don't need to, you know... It's better to hold the angles with a crosshair that is a bit wider, pre-assuming that enemies are gonna go for some kind of a fast swing and catching them with your crosshair placement, but you don't need to, you know... Look at here for an example. But look at this. You know, once again, the crosshair is at the headshot level of the enemies. It should be down here at the body. Because this line is the headshot position of the enemies. Why? Because this box is literally the headshot of the enemies. And now, your crosshair is also...
Garden, they were garden.
You know...
They are garden, Sage on you, I think.
Way too far away from the angle. Like, you basically, I would cut this in half. I would basically place my crosshair right there. And that's it.
Okay, well play, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're pushing C-side. We won the match. Easy win. I don't even need to watch this round. We won this round. Not again, man. Okay. Activating the dash. What the fuck is that smoke? Yeah. Woo! Our Brimstone gave us a good smoke in the city.
Water, for sure.
Crosshair placement doesn't exist again. This smoke here, very good smoke for the enemies to peek you and kill you. Very good smoke.
Water.
Crosshair placement in the ground.
For sure.
What the fuck is this smoke on the site? Bro, this position here is being guarded by your Killjoy's turret. Believe it or not. I don't know. You know, like, Killjoy's turret kinda sees, you know, where the enemies are. Pay attention. Pay attention on the minimap. Let's go, man. Come on. Like, I really feel that you have a huge potential as a player. Like, I really feel that you can easily be Diamond or Ascendant player. Easily. But you need to tackle all of these problems one at a time. And I'm gonna make sure that you do that with a proper training routine.
Go long.
She dropped down. No. Okay. So, what was the mistake in this round? Same as in any other postman that you played. Play as aggressive as your most aggressive teammates are playing, and try to support your teammates that have the highest chances of dying. Unless you have some other objective to do. But you have no other objective to do. Like, basically, we pushed into the site. Killjoy's utility is covering the flank. Enemies didn't open the doors at all. My Sage is here. Literally in the CT position. Brim is planting the spike. What the fuck am I doing at the backside? Play a bit closer so you can refrag the Sage, refrag the Brimstone, refrag everybody. You need better postman positioning. I don't know, if I was him, I would probably here stay behind the Sage wall and just kill this Brimstone with a shorty, like, I don't know. Like, that's what I would do. I mean, you have like a... support aggression, punish aggression. Very basic, yet advanced principle. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I need to write that somewhere down, man. That's a good one. I don't know. You have a shorty... I would just play below the spike and... like, that's what I would do, but... Because you have 30 HP.
Attends. Yes, yes.
Is this crosshair placement for Lightning McQueen peak?
Yes.
Okay.
Well played, guys. Tower.
C push, man. Easy. But it would be better if you have better, you know, postman positioning. Okay, I think enemies are gonna push C in this round. Probably. Yeah, it's C push.
Si, bro. Rotate fast.
Once again. Never spam the enemies inside of the smokes. So if you're inside of the smoke, try to stay away from spamming the enemies through the smoke. Because it is much easier for enemies to find you than for you to find the enemies. Unless the area of the map that you're spamming is very narrow and it's very easy to find the kills there. Second thing, when you're moving through the smokes, try to move in a way where people don't actually, you know, spam. Like, I cannot do this. Why? Because this is the most common position that people spam. They're gonna spam this, spam this. Spam this, spam this. But very rarely, enemies are gonna spam the middle of the smoke. So if I wanna position myself in the smoke, I'll just play here. And then get ready for some kind of a retake or execute. My ass is burning.
Backside.
Behind the side. One guy is still behind. This is another thing that I've noticed. Like, I've noticed that from time to time, you see the enemies. You know that enemies are somewhere, but then you kind of you're like a Nemo. You have a very bad short-term memory. Like for example, in that fight when Brimstone and Reyna were 2 versus 1. Like, Reyna is pushing you from the right side, and you focus on the Brim on the left, and you behaved like Reyna didn't exist at all. Here as well, like, enemies are... One enemy is at the back of the site. I mean, your teammates are pinging you at least that information. You're like, no, Spider doesn't exist if I don't see it. You see, like that breach was at the back of the site. How do you... How you don't process this information in real time? Oof.
Backside. What the guys?
Okay. It was Dory with the F up memory, bro. I watched that cartoon, that movie, long time ago. Okay, boys. I think that we discussed a lot of the topics today. It was a 3 hours long VOD review. This is just a basic VOD review, you know, like the most simple shit ever. Like, you know, like I don't know, like I hope that this was beneficial for you and that you learned something new here and there. This is gonna be uploaded on my second YouTube channel, of course, so you can watch this like at any moment of time. If you want to get my premium coaching, like better coaching than this shit, like join my Discord server. I offer like, you know, private coaching sessions and a lifetime support to everyone. And when it comes to you, my friend, to Daviloon, I'm gonna give you some kind of a training routine, and I really think that this routine is gonna help you a lot, and try to focus on all of the problems and issues that we've laid out in this VOD review. So yeah. So do you just do reviews or live coaching too? I don't do live coaching, because live coaching is much more in depth. I explain some specific topics, and it might last 5 hours, you know, 4 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna drag it out. And the reason my private sessions are private, because people actually pay money for it. I mean serious money, whatever. Like they pay more than $30, you know. So yeah. Join my Discord server if you want to get coached, or if you want to submit the clips for Guess the Rank. Also, like, we have a lot of Radiant players in the community, so maybe someone can give you, you know, some free tips and tricks left and right. And you can ask me the questions as well. And that's it for today's VOD review.